Sorry for the interruption. Sorry. But, if people don't even care enough to check out their own representatives in Congress, we're in a we're in a very sorry situation, and we deserve exactly the kind of government that we are going to get. And I have the feeling that's exactly what's going to happen because many people just don't care, as long as their own lives aren't um, affected immediately and in a major way, drastically, from one month to the next. We're basically a nation of frogs sitting in a pot, and that pot is just about at boiling temperature now. And if people just don't care enough, well, then it will come about what us lefties, loonies have been saying all along. And of course, we'll be blamed for that as well. So um, I'm not sure what else to say on the subject. I am less hopeful about this nation than I have ever been. And many of us are so discouraged with our recent votes, voting the Democrats in, that we are actually contemplating not voting for them anymore or not voting at all, just giving up. And people in Congress should know that, and they probably welcome it actually, because um, once people are in power, they want to stay there, and the less power us people, so-called people, have, probably the better, because they can just implement their economic and political policies unimpeded until, of course, those policies reach a breaking point. And when that comes about, when people have had finally enough, when things for the average middle-class American citizen have gotten so bad, and that may take a few years yet, but once it's gotten so bad, then you will see non-communication, non-votes, and there will be violence, and because people will have had enough. And I'm not advocating violence in any way, but it does happen when um, people are not listened to, and when a population is basically been so duped into things for many years, and suddenly everything changes through one major or two major events. And that's a sad thing, and it's happened in history many times. So try to convince your friends and neighbors to pay attention to what's going on. And if we can't do that anymore, then we're basically lost. And we'll have to retreat into our own little enclaves, and we will regress as a society, and basically this nation will eventually collapse. And the sad thing is, many of us older folks have seen this happen in other countries before, and don't think that it can't happen here. It very much can. And it's just very sad, for anybody that has any children, um, the younger generation, who is probably not even aware of this, or basically left out because of continuously being entertained through all sorts of crap without being informed by anybody. Um, it's going to be a hard life for them in the future. So um, I hope that some younger people here take that into consideration, that we're not we're not just bullshitting. We've seen it before, you know, and it's going to be a sad situation for the next generation, I'm afraid. So the younger generation needs to step up, um, not to listen to us elders, so to say, but to look up some history and to do some research on their own, other than watching YouTube and television. It might do them some good. And hey, we love younger people. That's why we're doing this. So, good night, as usual.